Hey everyone, Sed here with RC Plus Hobbies. Today we are looking at the new Traxxas Mini XRT, or the MXRT for short. This one is built on a similar platform to the Traxxas Widemaxx. It does come with some changes though. It's got a Widemaxx suspension setup to make it a little bit wider, about 3/4 of an inch, so it should handle a little bit better. Different body mounts for the new body, and then the biggest change is that it comes with a 10th scale VXL system right out of the box. So this thing is probably going to be a little hot rod. So we're going to go ahead and look at the box panels, and then we'll take the car out, check it out, and show you like what it comes with. And then we'll get out in the alleyway with the GPS on it, do some speed runs on both the 2-cell it comes with as well as a 3-cell LiPo. And then just kind of give final impressions. So looking at the box here on the front, it tells you 40 miles an hour on 2-cell, 55 plus on 3-cell, Valenian VXL system, Widemaxx suspension, comes with a TQI transmitter, and then it does come with a 2-cell 3500 milliamp hour LiPo battery as well as a USB-C charger. Turning the box here, or actually let's flip the box down. Side panel here shows the green color, and then flipping to this side here shows the orange. It also details kind of what the car comes with, which basically we already kind of talked about. There's that blue color. This side here goes into a little more detail on the clipless body. It does come with a 2075X steering servo, so better servo out of the box. Comes with center differential, new Gravix tires, of course oil-filled shocks as always. And then they kind of talk about the Widemaxx suspension there. And then the last side of the box is just showing all of the colors. And these are going for $369.95. Price-wise, I don't know. It's hard to determine if the price is good or not, because we're going to see how fast it goes, and part of that for people is they want the car to be fast. And I have a feeling it is definitely going to be fast. As far as handling goes, I think it's going to rely a lot on the Traxxas TSM, their stability management system, to help rein in all that power. So as far as it being fast, it's right up there with the rest of them, I'm sure. And so I don't think the price point is completely out of line. On the other hand, at $370, you're not too far off of like a Rustler 4x4, which is going to be similar speed. It is also a larger car. So personally, I think it's probably, the Rustler is going to feel better to drive, feel more stable. But who knows? A lot of guys like these mini cars. And so if you're wanting a ballistically fast mini, I think this will fit the bill. And I don't think the price point will scare a whole lot of people off. But let's get the truck out and take a look at it, guys. All right, so here is the Mini XRT out of the box. I'll go ahead and take a look around it. They did a really good job of scaling down the full-size XRT. Looks pretty true. So it looks a little funky. I don't have the body all the way clipped on. There we go. Little wheelie bar out back. Those cool Gravix tires. One thing that they started doing is there is a hole in the windshield, as well as in the back window. This is the first one that we've gotten. Obviously, I assume they're all going to be this way. My guess is during testing, it could have been a couple of things. They do have this little hood scoop here to help air go in and cool the electronics. Maybe that wasn't enough, and so they popped open this section of window to allow more cooling across the speed control. The other part of it, with the cutout in the back window, maybe they were having issues where the body was packing up with air at speed and it was causing it to lift off. So that's my guess. I haven't gotten any like official answer or anything, but it's a little odd seeing that, but I don't think it'll affect much. Hopefully help it. Let's go ahead and pull the body off here. So this one is going to be like the Mini Maxx itself, or how the actual XRT is. You just have some clips in these corners. Looking at the underside, you can see the clip system there. A little bit of roof reinforcement there. Set that off to the side. All right, and then I'll spin it around here. So underneath, we got the same basic chassis setup as the Mini Maxx. I believe they reinforced the front end of the chassis a little bit. That was one of the changes that they made to it. This does have a different part number. It's the same part number, but they just added an X to the end of it. So I believe that was where they made a revision. You can see that 2075X servo in there, full scale or 10th scale size servo. And then you've got your VXL-3S speed control, 3500 kV brushless motor. Nice little wing out the back. Obviously a new upper bulkhead for that wing mount that's integrated in. And then kind of looking at the arms here, it says that new wide Mini Maxx arm kit to get it a little bit wider. We'll throw it next to a Mini Maxx in just a second so you can kind of see the difference. Oil-filled Ultra style shocks. Like I said, wheelie bar out back. Kind of that interlocking 3-piece modular style chassis that they've been doing with like the X-Maxx and the XRT. And of course the new Mini Maxx and this. So yeah, decent looking little car. I imagine it's gonna be pretty durable, a lot of plastic, so it's gonna be nice and flexible. Let's go ahead and get the body back on it here. And that's just going to click on like so. And then let's go ahead and set it over here and bring in the Mini Maxx. So there they are side by side. And you can see a little bit lower, a little bit wider. I'll try another angle here to show the difference in width. We'll stack them up here. Yeah, so there you can see, well, it's kind of hard to tell, but it is quite a bit wider. Like I said, about 3/4 of an inch. Appears to be pretty much the same wheelbase and everything, which it should be. And then it's just a little bit lower to the ground. So, like I said, should handle a lot better, but we'll get it outside and check it out. And then as far as what they package in the box, you're gonna have your 3500 milliamp hour 2-cell LiPo, the USB-C charger. It does come with this little information sheet kind of going over the different chargers, batteries, just that they offer. Quick start guide, which is going to be your manual for basically how to turn the car on, putting batteries in the controller, pulling the body on and off, just kind of the basic functioning of it. They do include some bags with extra preload spacers as well as the pistons for inside the shocks. This one I think is basically just more of the same. Little toolkit, you've got your T-wrench and then some different Allens for working on the car. Pretty standard TQI transmitter. If you've had a Traxxas with a TQI, you definitely recognize this. This is the one where you can put in the Bluetooth module for extra adjustment and tuning. This manual here is going to be the one that covers all the different parts of the car, as well as the exploded views. So if there's a part that you broke and you need help figuring out what it is, you can just go into this manual and, oh, this right here is what I broke. That is part number 10789. There's also an optional 10789X, which is going to be the steel drive axles, the little CVD style ones. So yeah, if you're trying to find the part, that's the part number. And then you can always, of course, bring this in with you if you come to see us. Be like, hey, I need this, and we'll grab it off of the shelf and get you going again. And then the last thing is just some stickers. You want to put your own custom number on it or something. So yeah, let's go ahead and get a battery in it, get the GPS on it, and see how fast it goes. All right, so we're out here in the alleyway. We got the 2-cell LiPo on it. I'm gonna do my best to drive this thing one-handed. I'm probably gonna have to use the palm of my hand or something to steer, because it's a little bit of a far grip to do just one-handed. I've got the TSM off. We'll see if we can hang on to it, and we might have to turn it on just because it might be a little squirrely, but let's go ahead and give her a go. All right, bring her back. And 40 miles an hour. So we did exactly what the box said on a 2-cell. Let's go ahead and get the 3-cell in it and see if we can do 55. All right, we got the 3-cell in it and we got the meter reset. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, it's boogieing. Turn it around here. Boy, it is definitely a little bit of a handful. Let's get a good lead up here. That is probably pretty close to top speed right there. It's just pulling wheelies at almost full speed. What do we get? Hey, 55 on the nose. I feel like I could get faster, but trying to drive this using my palm for steering is definitely awkward. Let's try one more time. Oh, there's so much stuff in this alleyway. All right, let's take it down and run it back. Slap wheelies, man. Yeah, it is rowdy. Okay, that is definitely full throttle right there. Let's see if we got any more out of it. Nope, 55 it is. All right, so, I mean, 55 miles an hour is what they said on the box, and for a little car like this, that is definitely, that's scooting for sure. General driving characteristics, it does seem to handle pretty good. It's, of course, going to wheelie like crazy with how much power it has on 3-cell. Stops really well. You might, if you have too much traction, you might nose over, but yeah, those graphics tires are doing a pretty good job. Oh, all right, I'm gonna go flip it over and we'll take it inside and talk a little more about it. All right, so back inside with the Mini XRT. It is definitely a lot of fun. With the wide kit, it is very stable side to side. It's incredibly powerful, so that wheelie bar definitely got a lot of use. If you like doing wheelies, this thing will absolutely deliver. As far as speed goes, I have no complaints there. Even on a 2-cell, 40 miles an hour is plenty fast enough for this, and I think I would personally probably run it on a 2-cell just because it's a little bit more manageable. It is kind of a handful on 3-cell. But if you're into crazy fast little cars, this one definitely checks all the boxes. I'm sure it's going to be, pretty tough. I think if you were to switch the tires out to something more like what the Widemaxx comes with, it would definitely be able to do all kinds of backflips and stunts. These tires are going to limit the rotation a little bit, and so a bigger tire like that would definitely help. As far as the price point goes, obviously for something this small, $370 seems like quite a lot, but the Widemaxx now is $270, and for that $100 difference, you're getting the Valinian VXL-3S and 3500 kV system in it, which by itself is a $190 upgrade for most cars. And then you're also getting the center differential, which this one does use the plastic style one, but that's still $45. So, $235 worth of upgrades just in those 2 components, or 3 components, whatever, alone. It's not really a bad price considering what you're getting. Personally, I think I would rather swing for a Rustler 4x4. Obviously, once you get battery and charger for the Rustler, you're going to be a fair bit more, but you're getting a larger, more substantial car that's going to be more stable, just as fast. So yeah, I still, though, not to take away from the Mini XRT, it is a very fun car. That's just my personal preference. Some people don't want, a 10 scale car though. That for them, that's too large. And this one, the size might make more sense where they can just throw it in a backpack and take it with them easier and still have something that's crazy fast and fun. So definitely worth checking out, guys, if you're into small scale fast cars. And comparing it to like the Mini Revo, I would definitely rather have this one. It's a lot easier to work on, feels a lot better to drive, just as fast. So that would, again, if you're looking at small scale stuff, I would look at this before a Mini Revo. Alrighty, well, I appreciate you guys watching the video as always. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see y'all next time.